to be confused with the other movie called The Manor, starring professional wrestler Kevin Nash. This one is a part of the Welcome to the Blumhouse series, and it's kind of confusing. An old lady at 70 has a heart attack or stroke or something, and she has to go into a home called The Manor, where there's no cell phones, where there's a fire out by this weird creepy tree, and there's a picture of a resident in there. So it's like, wait a minute, that's a red flag. And also there's this weird creature like standing over people's beds that kind of looks like a tree. So it's like, okay, is this thing like eating the residents? What's going on? Apparently residents are marked for death. Why? Don't know. We don't find out until the actual very end of the movie. Now, what kind of seems like could be maybe a satanic cult, or maybe they're just killing residents for the insurance money. I don't know. It turns out it's just witches. And this weird creature is basically just an evil Groot, and he's killing the residents, and it helps the witches stay young or something, even though they're still really old, so I guess they just kind of stay the same age or something. It's kind of weird. I mean, the whole witches reveal was an interesting twist that I honestly did not see coming, because I thought it was going to be something completely different. So that's good. And overall, the movie is pretty well acted, which I was kind of surprised about considering the other Welcome to the Blumhouse movies, though Blackest Night was actually pretty decently well acted. It was bingo hell that was literal hell. Anyway, I give The Manor, I'm gonna give it a C. It's not a horrible movie. It can be a little confusing, but it's overall well done. The movie itself, like before anything even happens, it starts with a quote from Joseph Conrad that reads, "The belief in a supernatural source of evil is not necessary. Men alone are quite capable of every wickedness." And that is very, very true, but also it spoils the entire movie. See, they try to go through it like there's a curse on the Hispanic women there, is that they can't give birth, and they end up sterilized, and they just can't have babies in this town. And we're made to believe it is a curse. I think I just said that. Whatever. But as the movie goes on, it might be the pesticide that's doing this, but it's only affecting the women in terms of getting sick, so that's kind of weird. And it turns out, oh my God, it's a guy who is doing this because he doesn't want the Hispanic community to spread, because it's a disease and it's horrible and it's very racist. The one thing that confused me a little bit, though, is that it was somebody of Hispanic descent who was in on it. So it's like, why? Why do you want your own people to give birth to stillborn babies? Anyway, the movie itself is actually pretty well acted. The main lead, who I didn't write down his name, but he was in the last Purge movie, and he was great in that. You know, he was great in this. The woman that played his wife was fantastic. Everybody involved overall was great. It's just that with the story, it's a twist you see coming from a mile away, because they provide that quote at the beginning of the movie. So I'm going to give Madres a C, because again, it is actually an overall decent movie. It's just that the twist sucks donkey dick. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.